can you tell us that's left to say about Boomer Harvey that we don't already know? Can you give us something?
Probably not. He's been spoken about on every media outlet this week. So I think for me, what's gotten him to 400 games is there's no tricks, there's no magic potion that's gotten him here. It's been hard work, resilience, competitiveness, all those good words that we like to associate with professional athletes and sports people who have lasted this long in the game. And Brent encapsulates all those words.
How's he been this week? Has he been lapping up the attention?
Yeah, no, just business as usual. He loves it. He loves every bit about footy. There's nothing, I guess, that he doesn't like about footy. He loves it all. So I think all the media and all that, he just embraces it and takes it on board and goes forward. So he's pretty excited. All his family going up for his 400th, and I think he just can't wait for the game to start.
Can you share one of your favourite moments that you've shared with him at the club?
Yeah, I guess so. I think I saw some highlights during the week, but there's been plenty. But I think that game against West Coast was a few years back. I think the week before he got held to 4 or 5 touches against St Kilda, and then he bounced back, and I think he had close to 40 touches, and he almost kicked goal of the century. He had about 8 bounces, and but yeah, I just think his resilience, over the years, there's been plenty of people who have come at him in the media and that sort of thing, and just his strength of character has stood up. And like Joey said before, he's just such a hard worker that there's been no tricks to get him to 400. It's just been hard work.
You've been in the game a long time yourself. Does that give you even more appreciation for what he's been able to do and for how long he's been able to do it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm 31, and the way my body feels, to think how I'll be feeling when I'm 37, I'm not too sure if I could be doing what Boomer's doing. But it's an absolute marvel. He's just so professional, and he's just a great example for not only myself, but for Kane Turner, who's 18 years old and coming in and seeing how it's done.
Do you have a story or favourite memory?
I suppose when I was it was my second year when I moved in with him. He had a spare room in his house and offered it to me. So just seeing the off-field side of him as well. We all see what he does on field and around the training track, but at home his meticulous nature carries on at home. He's very tidy, and a way of getting under his skin at the footy club is if the boys go into his locker and mess it up. Something as simple as that, and it just throws him for the whole day. So when he leaves his key line around, we get in there and throw some stuff around, and it just gets under his skin. So those little moments are as good as some of the stuff that we see on field.
You said before that when people have had a few things to say about him in the media and that sort of thing, he's really bounced back, or perhaps after a poor performance. Are you expecting that from him tomorrow night, to really come out and show us what he's made of?
Yeah, I think so. Like anyone, he's really proud, and he really cares about his performance. And he's had such a high level over so many years, and I guess people have written him off before or that sort of thing, but he always bounces back, and he's a competitor, but he's highly skilled, he's quick, he's still got all those tricks, and he's the smartest footballer I think I've ever come across in my time in footy too. So I've no doubt that he'll play his role for the team and play really well, and hopefully we can make it a winning game, and we can all celebrate it afterwards.
Hard for Brad to comment, given that he's the one involved with the negotiations for his future, but as a player who's alongside him all the time, do you think he's still got the goods to go again?
Yeah, definitely. I think part of it is sometimes just within and how driven you are, and how you can back up after your losses and back up after the half times. He still hasn't lost an ounce of that, his desire and his willingness to compete and all those things. So I think while he's still got that and his body's holding up, I think he'll play on. So, but yeah, I guess Boomer's not really worried about that now. He just wants to do the right things and look after this weekend with the win.
Did you ever see him playing anywhere else?
No, I can't. No.
No, he's a loyal person. That's one thing that strikes me about Brent. He's a very loyal man, so he'll be loyal to the day he dies.
What about you? Would you play anywhere else? You're off contract?
I am, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. No. I don't see the point in especially this far into my career. And no, this is not about me anyway. It's about Boomer. What are you doing? Next.
Spud, what about you next year?
I know if there's some local footy clubs out there, I'm available, but I'm pretty happy where I am, and we look after this year. We've got a bit to go yet, and we're right in that spot fighting for finals, so we just need to win.
What have you made of Brisbane? It seems to be the case this year that teams perhaps drop ones that they probably shouldn't. What have you made of them in examining them this week?
Well, they're better than their ladder position suggests. So the fact they haven't won, I think they haven't won a game for the last 8 weeks. They've been really good in the first halves of games. They've got a lot of good running players, Christensen, Zorko, Louis Taylor, who are able and capable of kicking lots of goals and bringing the footy from one end to the other. And if we don't give them the respect they deserve, then they're capable of jumping us. I think when we played them in round 2, there was a lot of times throughout that game when they got on top of us because we weren't, I suppose, being as competitive and chasing as hard as we should have. So if we don't do that Saturday night, then yeah, absolutely they can beat us.
Brad said it's not an anomaly that the fact that you haven't won up there for a decade. So as a player, what's been the problem? Why has it been that way?
I think most times we've played up there, we've started reasonably well, but whether the concentration slips, it's just been not, and that's been a trend of us over the last couple of years, is just those 4-quarter efforts we haven't put in, and we've done that a lot this year as well. So it's just not one thing, but just being able to play 4 quarters of footy we haven't been able to do up at the Gabba.
Is the milestone, it's a bit superficial, I know, but is the milestone of motivation another motivating factor for this weekend?
No, it's not, because Brent wouldn't want it to be and doesn't want it to be. So externally, it's great to pump up the game and have all the his head on the banner and his kids running through the banner with him. All those things are nice, but we've got to win simply so we can try and play in September. There's
a couple of guys obviously celebrating 100 games. Have you made sure to get around them as well?
Who are they? No. It's quite insignificant, isn't it? 100 to 400, but they got a little mock press conference, so I think they're pretty happy with that. But they've been overshadowed, haven't they?
There's been a few people question how the club has handled Burma's 400th. I guess there's a lot of talk about whether he'll play next year or not. Has that sort of disappointed you in some way, that people can't just celebrate the milestone without talking about what comes next?
Yeah, I guess you can't stop what people are saying, outside, but there's certainly none of that. This football club, respect it has for Brent Harvey and the man he is and the things he's done for this footy club, he's enormously respected. So we can't help what people are saying outside, but it's certainly not the case. He's our own. We love him, and it's a fantastic milestone. It's only ever been done 3 times before, so we're pretty special to get to have him at our club and to play alongside him.